Hello friends, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we will understand Dialogflow CX, flow, pages, intent and entity. We will understand how these four things are connected to each other and how you can create a flow, page inside a flow, and then connect route, which is intent, extract parameters using entity. So let's get started. And before we move forward, let's first understand what does it mean by a flow, page, intent and entity. So for example, let's say you are on a website where you see three options: registration, login and reset password. So registration, login and reset password are flows. In each flow, you see certain pages. Like for example, in registration, there is a page to provide email, password, confirm password, name, mobile number, etc. to, register yourself on the platform. But when you click register, there might be a possibility that you are redirected to another page inside the registration flow saying that the email you are trying to register with is already in use. So under registration, there are two pages: one to create a new registration and to show email, to show error, my bad. Then there might be a possibility that there is also a button or a piece of information which says already registered, then go to login. Okay, so in that way, from this part, you move to login. You provide your email address, password. That's another page. Inside the login flow, if the password and everything is correct, then you move to dashboard. Obviously, that dashboard is a different part, but let's consider it into the same flow. Then, but in case something goes wrong, you redirected to again another page where you see a warning saying that something went wrong, invalid credential. Then you can from that point move to reset password, provide email, validate that the email you provided, you own that email. To do that, you provide OTP and then provide password and confirm password. So again, reset password is a flow, but inside this it's a kind of a routes, which is intent in our case. Provide email, validate email, and provide password and confirm password. So these, I hope here all these steps are pages. Pages are controlled by intent and other things as well. This email, password, confirm password, name, mobile number, few things, let's say OTP, these things are entities. So let's look into our Dialogflow agent itself. I'll select the project on which I want to work. I have a YouTube demo project. When you come to this interface after selecting the project and agent, you will see flows, pages. Under manage section, you will find intents and entities. Again, flow is a kind of a state. Inside the state, you move from one page to another page. In order to move from one page to another page, you can use intent. As I said, there are other ways to do that as well. And entities to extract the parameters from user's query. So if you click on this start page, you will see routes, event handler and state handler. So if I click here, you will see route groups and data stores. I guess these two are kind of advanced things. So we will not look into that, but we will look into routes and event handlers. So if you click on routes, you will see default welcome intent. If I click here, hopefully I edit it. Yeah. So you can see here, you describe the route, what it does, but it's not mandatory. Then you select the intent. Then there are conditions. So what happens is that either you select an intent or you provide conditional rules, so that when those rules are matched, this route is called. Then there is fulfillment. So under fulfillment, you have agent responses. So there are, as you can see, multiple responses into single section. So Dialogflow will choose one of these response. Then there are channel specific responses. So you can create channel specific responses. Then there is webhook setting. Then there is advanced setting and call companion setting. So it's a kind of a built-in SMS for call companion. It's a totally different thing as well. Then there is a last transition, that if this route is called, then what you want to do? Do you want to move to another flow or move to another page? So these are the few things that you have when you go to routes. Then there is event handlers. So event handlers are kind of fallback intent. So what happens is that something doesn't match that user writes. For that we have no match default event handler. Again, it has all the same things that route has. Okay, but with for example, there is no intent to match, there is no conditions that you can set, but it has almost all the things. So if you come here and if I say hi, you will see that default start flow, under that start page was used to generate this response, and intent, default welcome intent was fired. And we are seeing this from this fulfillment greetings, how can I assist you? But here, so now understand, you are in default start flow, and if I write something that the board doesn't understand, it will go to system default no match under default start flow and start page. Okay, and if I click here, it actually goes to the route which is called, and that's kind of pretty cool. So I hope now you understand that we have a flow, we have a page. Let's create another page. Let's say get name. Okay, here, yeah. So if you go to Addit section, you will see few things, the parameters that you want to capture, route and state handler inside the newly created page. So now let's do one thing. So from this default welcome intent, I want to transit to my get name page. Let me save this. So when you do that, you will see that now the start page is connected to this get name page. And when I come here, you will see different things. So the start page has different things. You can see routes, event handler, and you can add state handlers. But if you come to the page that you have created, custom page, you have, fulfillment, parameters, route, and event handlers as well. So here, this entry fulfillment means when you enter into this get name page, this will be fired no matter what happens. So I'll say this always fires. Okay, I'll save this. So now here, if we go here, I would like to show you a few things here. This is reset, this is replay. So when you hit that, all the previous conversations were repeated. This is save test case. So there is a functionality to save test cases and run those cases, and there is this button which also shows the flow of the conversation. So here, if I say hi again, obviously we are here, and you can see this always fires come up, because what happens is that from this part we navigated to this part. So now we are here on get name. We actually did not do anything, but this says that this entry fulfillment will always fire. So for example, I'll say that what is your name, and I'll save this. Okay, so if I come here, reset this, I'll say hi. So it will say greetings, how can I assist you, from this start page, and then it moved to get name page. And we can verify that if I go here and if I say okay, so it came to default welcome intent or default or start flow, then it moved to this part, and then it came from what is your name from the get name page. So if I write something like my name is Raj, for example, it did not do anything. And if you look at the execution steps, okay, so you can say we are on the get name page and it says it did not, I did not get that, can you repeat? And obviously that is coming from this state system no match default of the flow. So when you are inside the flow, you can add system no match default to the start page, and whenever in the flow Dialogflow finds that it did not understand whatever user has said, it will go to this default no match. So now here we can click on parameter. We can add parameter, let's say name, and I'll say person. I'm sorry, yeah, it's a person. Okay, so it means that I want to fill the parameter whenever someone comes to this page, and we'll say please provide your name. Let's see what happens. So I'll say hi, and you can see that it came here and it want to fill that parameter, and that's why it asked what is your name. So the execution steps are like from default page or default flow or the start page, you came to this. When you come here, it executed this, and then it want to fill this parameter. That's why it asked what is your name and please provide your name. So now you need to understand that how to manage these things. Okay, so either you remove it from here, and that's actually the good practice. You removed it from here, unless you want, for example, let's say we will start the registration process, and now if I replay that, okay, so you'll see that we will start the registration process, and then from here it will ask please provide your name. So let's taste this. I'll say hi, and hi, how are you doing? We will start with the registration process. Please provide your name. I'll say my name is Raj, and you will see nothing happens, because we now have filled the parameter. You can see here the parameter is filled, but then there is no way to go. So we will create a new route, or let's create a new route. Now there are two ways to create a route. One is to match an intent, or one is to provide conditions. If that condition is fulfilled, the route will be triggered So here I want to show you one condition. It's that page params final. Yeah, this is the one, Dialogflow. So that means I'll show you the part. Yeah, I'll show you the part as well. So here are all the condition and conditional routes that you can set. But I would like to show you this particular one. Here I'll say this thing, and when I save this, okay, and we'll say we have got your name with $sign. You can use the variables or parameters that are extracted. Okay, and let me save this. So if I again say now hi, we'll come here. Hi, how can I help you? We'll start with the registration process. Oh, I'm not sure if this is saved correctly or not. Yeah, I guess this is saved correctly. Let's try one more time. Let's say this is Raj, and you'll see that, yeah, we have got your name, $page params name. It did not came that way, I guess. Session. Okay, so it was my bad. I'm not sure what I was doing wrong, but this worked. Session.params.name. So whatever parameters are there in the session, you can use those using this session.params.your parameters name. And again, if we use this, you'll see that we have got your name as Raj. So this is one of the ways to fill the parameters. Another way is to use intent. So I'll cancel this. I'll add another route. For that, I'll create a new intent. I'll say user provides name, and in the training phrases I'll say my name is Raj, I am Raj, it is Raj. And you can see we are extracting an entity. Okay, let's say one more time. Okay, so let's save this. So we are using the intent user provides name, and we don't do anything at this point. Okay, let me save this. Yeah, let's just retaste this. Oh, this is Raj. It says I missed that. Yeah, so let's not use this at this very moment. I'll delete this one more time. Okay, so you can see that we are now here at this point. So we can again do that. We have got your name, again $session.params.name. Yeah, let me save this. I'm not sure. Yeah, so let's try this. Okay, session.params.name. Oh, my bad. That should be person. And I'll save this and retaste this, and you can see we have got your name Raj. So I guess now you are able to understand the flow, the page, the intent, and the entity. We have created an intent. We have then used that intent to extract the parameter or entity. The other way, we looked at parameters to extract the parameters itself. So these are the few ways you can use flow, page, intent, and entities. So now I hope that you have gained some knowledge out of this video. Now you are able to understand what is a flow, page, intent, and entity, how you can extract parameter, how you can use intent to extract parameter, as there are two different ways to extract the parameter and drive the conversation. So I hope you have now gained knowledge on Dialogflow CX, flow, page, intent, and entities. And on my YouTube channel in this coming few weeks, I'll be pushing Dialogflow CX videos. Hopefully it will help you understand Dialogflow CX and you can start your chatbot development journey as well. If you like my work, please consider subscribing to my channel. That helps. Thank you for watching. Peace.